Do not start doing 1 rep maxes, 3 rep max, 10 reps, and you think you've got 5 left. That's when you stop. Maybe week 2, keep that bench press at 2 sets, machine press increase to 3 sets. So intensity, you got to keep it low and then build it up gradually as your recovery. What's happening, guys? Welcome to another video. So the wait is nearly over. Few more days and the gyms are going to be back open. Hopefully, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed. And I know a lot of people are keen to get stuck back in there, including myself. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the best way to transition back into the gym, build your muscle back up, build your strength back up, and build your fitness back up without getting injured. Now, we've been off for a long time and everyone's dying to get back in, itching to lift that heavy weight. You know, there's a buzz that you get from lifting heavy weights. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine a few days ago and he's like, yeah, I'm going to come back in, I'm going to kill myself in the gym and make up for lost ground. And I think a lot of people are thinking like that, but that's probably one of the worst things that you can do. You have to ease back into it. You know, your CNS system, your joints, your tendons are just simply not used to the heavy loads. Home workouts are great, but press-ups and squats are not the same as heavy bench pressing or heavy barbell back squatting. So you have to be sensible about it. You have to ease back into it, because the last thing that we want is to get injured. You know, we've been off for 3.5 months. If you go back in there and start doing some crazy stuff, potentially you're risking injury, and that could mean more time off the gym, which no one wants. But the good news is that it's not going to take that long to get back into the stride of things. So a nice rule of thumb is it's going to take half the time that you've been off to regain all the strength, all the muscle back due to muscle memory. So we've been off for about 3 months, a month and a half, you know, you're back into the stride of things. Now, it's a lot easier to regain the lost muscle than it is to build new muscle. So that's one thing that we've got going for us. So what do we do to get back into it, get our muscle back, get our strength back? Well, the first thing that you do when you walk into the gym is have a nice warm up. So a good warm up is vital. You should be doing that anyway, regardless, but especially now, very, very important to do a thorough warm up. I like to spend about 10-15 minutes every workout, before I start every workout, doing a warm up. I'll link a video up here of how I warm up. And at the end of the workout, very important to have a nice stretch and cool down. That's going to get your muscles nice and warmed up, and that's going to get you starting the recovery process. So very, very important to do that. Don't just go straight in there and start benching or squatting straight away without no warm up. Very bad. Number 2, do not start doing 1 rep maxes, 3 rep maxes, 5 rep maxes. I know a lot of people want to go back in and see how much strength they've lost or see how much strength they've still got. So they want to test their deadlift, they want to test their bench press, they want to test their squat. But that is not a good idea, ladies and gents. Definitely not a good idea. So I wouldn't do any 1 rep max, 3 rep max or 5 rep maxes. Your nervous system is just not going to be used to that kind of heavy load. Your joints, your tendons are not going to be used to it, so you're asking for trouble. So as fun as that may be, it's not worth the risk. Just wait 4 weeks, wait 6 weeks. Once you get back into it, then you can do that by all means. So the first week back, we're just going to ease into it. Going to feel out the movements again, get your body used to all the movements, and not going to do anything crazy. And a nice rule that I would use is RIR 5. So reps in reserve 5. So for instance, you're doing bench press. Just say you got 60 kg on the bench, or even 100. I don't know how strong you are. And you've done 10 reps and you think you've got 5 left. That's when you stop. Put the barbell down. Have 5 reps in reserve. Same with squatting. You know, you're doing squatting and the weight that you're doing it at, you think, yeah, I've done 10 reps. I can quite easily get 5 more reps down. Stop. That's when you stop, yeah? Keep a few reps in reserve. I would say 5 reps in reserve. First week, second week as well, maybe. And then from the 3rd week, the 4th week, you can have 4 reps in reserve. And then the 5th and 6th week, maybe 2 reps in reserve. And then from then on, you know, you should be back to normal. And then it's full steam ahead. Number 4, shorter workouts. You know, you're just not going to be able to do the hour and a half long workouts that you've been doing before lockdown if you haven't trained a lot during lockdown. So I would keep the workouts to around 30 minutes, at the most about 45 minutes for the first few weeks. And the way you do that is you reduce your volume. And I would say that the first few weeks I would reduce the volume by about a half. So for instance, your chest workout, just say before lockdown you were doing 5 exercises for 4 sets a piece. That is 20 sets in total. What I would do on the first few weeks back, I would halve that. So just 2 sets per exercise, leaving 10 sets in total. I'll do that probably for week 1. Maybe week 2, keep that bench press at 2 sets. Machine press increase to 3 sets. Dips keep it at 2 sets. Flies increase to 3 sets. So you've done a slight increase in volume. Then week 3, maybe do all 3 sets. Week 4, again, increase the volume slightly. 3 sets on bench press, 4 sets on machine press, 3 sets on dips, 4 sets on flies, and 3 sets on cable crossovers. And then weeks 5, week 6, you can get back to 4 sets apiece. So it'll take about 6 weeks to build up back to the volume that you were doing before lockdown. And as you're increasing the volume over the first 5 to 6 weeks, reps in reserve, you decrease the reps in reserve. So the first 2 weeks, keep 5 reps in reserve. Week 3 and week 4, maybe 4 reps in reserve. And then week 5, week 6, 2 reps in reserve. And then week 7, week 8, you're back onto your pre-lockdown schedule. Okay, number 5 is going to be intensity. Now, intensity, you have to be very disciplined and keep that intensity low. And that's going to be hard to do because I love intensity. I love doing intensifiers like supersets, drop sets, rest pause. I love rest pause. But for the first 4 weeks, I definitely need to control myself and not do any of that. Like I said, your body's not used to it. And don't forget, in the gym, you are tearing down the muscle fibers. And it's when you rest and recover, when you're not in the gym, when you're at home or when you're sleeping, that the muscles grow and become bigger and stronger. So if you pile on the intensity, you pile on the volume, you start doing 1 rep maxes, 3 rep maxes, 5 rep maxes, your recovery is going to be slowed down. And that's going to actually take you longer to get back to where you were. So recovery is very important. So intensity, you got to keep it low and then build it up gradually as your recovery improves as well. So very important, keep that intensity low first 2 weeks, slowly build it up, and then by week 6, week 7, you're good to go. And leave out the drop sets, the supersets, the rest pause, all that good stuff, all that fun stuff. Leave it out at least for the first 2 weeks. Okay guys, hope you got some good tips out of this video, which you can take and use to transition back into the gym and get those gains back, get those lost gains back, and get back to doing what we love. Thanks for watching guys. If you like the video, give it a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.